Hey, this would have to be one of the most craziest builds I've ever done. Absolutely one of the most craziest. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. All this we're putting together involves a screen. I mean, cool, I want to see my PC something different, but this all involves a projection screen that we're investing all this time into to build. And it is something else. So, to show you how crazy this is, the giant case you're seeing is a giant case that holds giant wall PCs that we're building. It's a two-sided case. It has one side which shows a world of frozen ice, and another side that shows a world of a nuclear tropical jungle. And inside the case, pretty much we have the PCs already built, but I have to put in this world behind it. So it is it's a big build. It is a big build.
Where is my...
It's a big build. And I document this because I'm not trying to do it for views, and I'm not trying to do it for likes. I'm documenting it because I want to make sure I got all this recorded on what I did to put this thing together. Now, sometimes when I'm thinking about this stuff, I have no idea how crazy this stuff is going to get. I gotta go order a thumbnail for that thing. At the end of the day, order that. I got so much stuff coming in out here, it's not even funny. So we gotta cut the ports in for this side. For the power cord. Am I taking this with me when I move? Heck yes. This is with a build. This thing really took time to put together. Usually most of the builds I can scrap them, rebuild them all over again. This thing literally took some time out of my schedule to do. Since you know, I've been hunting for warehouse space and I found a couple of them which I'm eligible for. I'm definitely going to get me one. Let me see what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last one I need for this one. And the port's cut on that side, so now I have to cut on this side. I just dropped my blade right over there. I think that cord's long enough. Come out from this side to this side. Very good. I have to put these in here because I don't want the cord to hit the door, so this has to be cut off. Cord drill. And I'm fighting on another check. Where's my cord anyway? This is going to have to connect from here. I have to go right through here. Through there. And then work that. Be nice and perfectly. Here. I'm going to go through here. That's one section gone. Let's get that part done. Now we have to put this pieces in. This has got the size set in one by one. So I'm going to lean over to that and basically put that in. Where the freak is he at? weird stuff, man. He does some crazy weird stuff on camera. He does. He does some really weird stuff. All right, let me see. Where he's at. Here. I'm sharing my build on one of my channels, not channels, but a place I go to where we show off builds. And they're like, man, please send more pictures over because they're going to do the same thing themselves. It's a crazy way to set up two PCs at the same time. And cheap, very affordable. Like that. And these pieces of cardboard I get right here are cheap. They're like $1.25. Tons of glue. Tons of glue. It's funny because like someone asked me in the pizza store, beautiful young lady, what I do in my spare time. I just had to sit there and just think. What do I do in my spare time? What spare time? That's the funny part about the whole thing. What spare time? I build. I like to build. I do. I love to build. I can do this for the rest of my life. It's not work for me. If it's something that you love, it's not work. You got people here still in the office. Still in the office working. These people love their jobs. There's a woman that writes books. She travels all over the world. She writes books. You know how cool that must be? So I got the chance to do, well actually I didn't plan to do this. I was going to school to become a chef. That's what I did. Went to school for a chef, but man, I had no idea. That's why I say you never know what you're going to do in life. Very few people know exactly what they're going to do and do it. But you're going to change. You're going to change. You know, either you're going to outgrow it or something else is going to change it. I never had any plans to do this at all, period. It just happened. So we're sizing this all up, piecing all this in. And I have to give this up. This is when it's going to hurt the most. But hopefully I can still keep doing it. If I can't do this anymore, I'm going into painting. Because I like to paint. I love to paint. Definitely going into paint. He's over there fighting stuff. Alright, I'm going to piece this all. I'm going to do a detailed one pretty soon. When it takes a whole lot of small micro pieces. I like that Volkswagen Bug I saw. I want to make one out of cardboard. Wow. You know why we build these weird structures all the time? It's escape for me. That's what it is. Everybody wants to escape the world at the end of the day. Some people go into VR. Some people do video games. People actually get out of their everyday humdrum life because they do video games. Everybody has an escape. Even the world that I actually build, I have a lot of fun in. There are days I just don't want to do it. I don't want to be around it. So I built myself this really cool VR system in my home front that I can strap in and disappear. And no, we don't tell where we live at anymore because we had weirdos. Have you seen the guy who sent us half-naked pictures? So there you go. That's the reason why. My buddy is setting up something special on the servers. So what it's designed to do that, those servers are, well, they're kind of AI designed. It's interesting. You'll figure it out. It'll send you back your own address. It's for people who basically that do too much at the end of the day. So it's something he designed that when you basically tamper with it, it sends you back your information. I mean, literally your information, like serious, personal, jacked up information, sends it back to you. The software engineer. But just to let you know, at the end of the day, we know where you're at. I was talking to the guy, what was it, the drone setup? I know the drone setup is expensive, but I didn't tell it at the end of the day. I got family up in Texas that do that kind of work anyway. But yeah, when we saw the military truck out there, they're around 300,000. Yeah, 300,000. Because you're going to get the Kevlar doors and that ballistic bulletproof glass, all that good stuff in there. All your kill switches and stuff, you know. But then they make a luxury version of it. He was telling me about it. I said, what about the drone ports? He said, well, they got drones here. They're very expensive, you know what I mean? But I didn't tell him that I got family up in Texas that do that kind of work. So I can just take a vehicle up there and they can make it armor. That's to be really about knowing people in the military. Yeah. So I'm going to get my vehicle hooked up. Man, what was that, a Ford? That was the biggest Ford. That's the biggest one I've ever seen in my entire life. You need an elevator to get up in that thing. I've seen it before. It's a Ford. It's not an F-50. It's a big truck. I forgot what they were called, but that thing is humongous. Oh my God, I didn't think that thing was that big. I got pictures of it. I'm definitely going to post them. That thing was humongous. I get something like that on a license plate, it's going to say Final Destination. Because yeah, if you get hit with that thing, yeah, forget it. They have wheels. The thing about it, they even have regular wheels, and it was jacked up. They jacked up the wheels. They made it huge. It was massive. It was amazing. So at the end of the day, I like trucks. There's a guy who drives around here. He has a really nice sports car. I should have showed it a few times on the Daily Walk and Talk. A real beautiful car he has. But I'm not into the high-end cars. If I get a car, it's going to be 57 Chevy. Muscle cars. I like machines. Muscle. That's what I like at the end of the day. Classics. None of that computerized system. You got to roll the windows up by hand. I like classics. That's what I like at the end of the day. I'm not into the fancy cars today. I don't like them, and especially if they're plastic. I'm scared to death of them. I want a steel vehicle. But even with that, it's something I probably would take around a little bit. But my main vehicle would be a truck. I need something that basically has purpose. I can't drive a vehicle because it's fancy. I need something with purpose. Like if I'm looking at that guy's car, like, okay, so we have to go off road with it, and yeah, that's not going to happen. We check the suspension system, we're going to use that. I don't see the purpose of it all. I don't. That's why I think you see more of those cars in Cali, because Cali's built for those cars. California is perfectly built for those type of vehicles. Because again, they don't have snow. Can you imagine if you had snow and you drove a car like that? Man, you'd murder yourself. You would definitely murder yourself. If you drove a car like that, you would murder yourself. You hit ice on that thing? Oh yeah, you'd be all over the place. You'd be all over the place. You wouldn't survive it. If you did, you'd be very lucky to. Now, I like machines. I like trucks at the end of the day. That's a vehicle that has a purpose for me. It's a work vehicle. Now, to each his own. Some people like them fancy sports cars at the end of the day. But come winter time, you're stuck. I watch cars strip and slide. But one section, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry. If it snows in my area, I'm getting all terrain. I want something where the exhaust system is raised up high. So I don't have to worry about flooding my engine. Now, that vehicle, at the end of the day, I see a lot of people get them Jeep Wranglers. Jeep Wranglers are a beautiful vehicle. Beautiful. Oh, yes. It's a beautiful vehicle. It is. You don't have to have a lot of money to have one of those either. Nice. And they got so many kits with the Jeep Wrangler. They got so many kits with that car, it's not even funny. It's another vehicle. That's a beautiful vehicle I like in the Jeep Wrangler. As in hybrid vehicles? No. I don't want an electric car. Whatever. They got too many problems. Battery issues, electrical issues. But we're saving the environment. The environment's been dead a long time ago. We're just trying to keep that last match from basically causing all the matches to explode. The environment's been dead a long time ago. You can blame that on the industrial age did that one. And of course with the 80s with the aerosol cans on it, that destroyed the ozone layer. But the industrial age ruined that, basically all that fossil fuel, trains, factories, all that stuff. They tripped that off a long time ago. Yeah, that's gone. Right now, the stuff you're feeling from these tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes and stuff, that's just basically meant to happen. Because you ripped it up. That's what man does. God gives us something that works perfectly fine, we wreck it. Now we're just going to pay for it. That's all. So that's been gone a long time ago. Can't fix that mess. Yeah, people get mad and bothered by what I just say. Like, well, that's not true. We can't. No, you can't fix it. You can't fix a hole in an ozone layer. You're not fixing that. That's gone. You ain't fixing the hole in. How are you gonna fix the hole in the ozone layer? Tell me how we fix that one. How are we gonna fix it? And if you were to be able to cut down pollution to zero, how would you fix it? It's a hole in it. How do we fix that? There you go. It's right. There's some things that just can't be repaired. There's things what they're trying to do is slow down the process of even more danger that could come to it. That's all you can do is just try to slow it down, but you can't actually fix that. God fixes that. That's his. We just wrecked it, that's all. So your ancestors destroyed that one. I mean, yeah, it had a good purpose. It basically introduced us to a new world, machinery and so forth, but it came with a price. I've watched those documentaries on all these different factories that popped up. You ever play Assassin's Creed? Assassin's Creed is very interesting. Assassin's Creed Unity talks about those factories they had. There a lot of child labor laws that went into effect because people had kids working at mills and stuff to make money. And a lot of stuff that went on. It's funny, some of these video games actually can teach you a little bit about history. Yep, yeah, child labor laws, that's why we have them. Because people try to put kids to work. Special place for these people. This is going to have to be neat. The refrigerator had to be perfectly neat. This one doesn't because it's a biotank. It's going to have some rupture and some goo and whatever coming out the side of it. So we're going to guess what we ordered that powder dust for. A little bit of spackle. I'm going to make something very interesting with that. I'm watching a documentary on the ocean. I love documentaries on the ocean. Well, one day, I wonder why we haven't explored. We got 15%. How come we haven't made it 20%? Or see, that's what I'm looking at right now. How come we haven't explored more? What's going on that we can't go forward? Is that 15% as deep as we can go? Because that kind of sounds like that. We only did 15%. Then that means that must be only as deep as we can go. Gee whiz, that means there's so much down there we don't even know about. And of course, there's ships down there. They sunk to that depth. I wonder what's down there, what's going on. It's part of our own planet. We don't even know this. This is what's crazy about the ocean. That's what I find fascinating with the ocean. It's part of our planet. Outer space, on the other hand, no. But the ocean is, and we don't know much about it. So what's going on down there? Like, let's see, Musk talked about going to Mars. That's not going to happen. I mean, if you get there, how are you going to survive? How's it even going to be possible? Other planets were made for us not to live on. Not meant to live on any other planet but Earth. Some people keep saying that we went to the moon. We never went to the moon. It never happened. We have all kinds of debate sites on that. We went. Then how come it's taking so long for us to go back? And we did this already, right? We did it, what, 1969? What's taking so long? We have technology way beyond that now. We haven't been there yet. Look, we got a telescope up there. We got a space station up there. And we haven't been to the moon yet? Okay. That tells you right there something's wrong. See? You learn a little bit about history, you gotta realize that at that particular time, we were in a space race with Russia. And then, 1950s or 60s, and you have Russia's launched a satellite up there, so I think Sputnik, out there, and people are terrified because they think it's a spy satellite, when actually technically it wasn't. But when you don't have much news and everything comes from newscasters at the end of the day, people get suspicious and they believe everything on TV. Now today we don't have to worry about that because we got these things at the end of the day where we can figure out about the news way before the news finds out about it because we have all these, people are pretty much, you think about it, everybody in the world's a newscaster. If an accident, if a firefight or something breaks out, the person that's on the scene is the person that's there. That's the person that's basically going to record it, upload it to YouTube. So you'll see it before the news sees it. So we had these. But imagine if we had these back in the 1960s. Imagine how much information would be out there.
It would be insane, wouldn't it? I think that'd be crazy.
Get a time machine, so I'm going to go back and introduce cell phones to the 1960s and watch how much information is splattered all over the world. Like, wow, didn't know that. When Kennedy got shot, the only people that saw there were the people in the crowd. But if everybody had cell phones, somebody would have picked up, somebody would have saw something. And it would have been recorded. Now you really can't get away with the news as you used to be anymore. Because, you know, too many people got cameras. Too many witnesses have seen it. Kind of hard to hide stuff. So they said Sputnik was a spy satellite from Russia. And people went nuts about that. You know how naive people were, and I hate to say it, sorry people, in the 1950s and so forth, you were very naive. Because they could tell you anything, you would believe it. Because they said it on the news. Naive. They knew you were naive. They can tell you anything. And you believe it. Because, you know, it's on the news. It has to be real if it's on the news. So, how do we win the space race? We fake a moon landing. I mean, you can't get any better than a man landing on the moon. And then people sit there and say to me and say, well, you know, you're not very American. So, let me see. Dressing like Indians and dropping tea into the ocean or the river, the Boston River, to make it seem like the Indians did it. Does that sound kind of honest to you? Yeah. They blamed it on the Indians. Secondly, they're on their land the entire time. Some people don't like history. Some people actually want to cross out whatever's in history to make it seem like everything was fantastic. We never went to the moon, people. And that bothers people at the end of the day because they think we went. We never went to the moon. It's impossible. It's in the Bible. You can't leave the planet. We can leave the planet, so to speak, if you want satellites on it. We can't leave to another planet. All the planets have, even space. Space has radiation, a lot of radiation. That's why you can't spend forever in space, because you would have radiation poisoning. You would have all kinds of medical problems. Your bones would be brittle. You would have heart conditions, lung problems, all types of stuff will pop up, because it's not meant for you to be there. If you look at all the planets that surround the Earth, all of them are made impossible to live on. Either they're extremely cold or extremely hot, or both. They're not made for you to live on. So the only place you're going to be at is on Earth. That's it. That's as far as you can go. And even when people travel in outer space, they suffer from some form of damage when they come back to the Earth. Not supposed to leave. Ouch. You're wrong. It's interesting watching man take off into outer space. That's interesting to watch. How far man's progress has become. But to be able to live on another planet will never happen. Number one, we don't have the technology for it. For flight, we don't have it. Number two, none of the planets are made to survive on. Mars literally has sandstorms so large they can engulf the Earth. I'm going to survive something like that. We can't even survive earthquakes that we have here. I'm going to survive what they have up there, which is far worse. Can you imagine angels walking around up there?
They have immortality.
They could do that. They can go anywhere they want to go. They have immortality. Go anywhere they want. I just think about the possibilities about how God chooses who and where. Like why you were born here in the United States, you could have been born in another country. Or you could have been made an angel at the end of the day. It's just interesting on how things are done by God. Or you could have been made an animal. I think my first question to ask God is, what's in the ocean? I gotta know what's down there. Everybody thinks there's sea monsters down there, like giant sea monsters. It could be. It could be giant sea monsters. We'll never see them. In the animal kingdom, every animal knows this place. Every animal knows God. They know their creator. They know who made them. Even Taco knows his own creator is God. The animals are the only ones that accept God as being the creators. Us, as being higher ups, don't accept. But the animals do know God. You think about that? Yeah. Animals know God. They're also humble to God. Only creature talks about that knew its own power was a Leviathan. Leviathan knew its own power. Leviathan knew that it was more powerful than man. It had no fear of man at all, in any way whatsoever. And no fear of man. And you say lions should have fears. So the animals have fears. They do. They know their boundaries. They do. You pull out a firearm, you hit one of them, that's it. They know boundaries. They don't keep charging if they're mad at the end of the day, but they know boundaries at a certain degree. If that was the case, and think about it, all the bears could all get together and they can just attack mankind. Do you know how many different species of insects there are in the world? Imagine if all the mosquitoes just decided to just kill all of mankind. They could do it easily. There's more than us. So if all the animals of every species, every kind, all got together and just say, you know what, we're going to wipe out mankind, they could easily do it. They're more than us. We can't kill that many animals. It's virtually impossible. Then you got all the insects. Oh, come on. We're done. So what keeps them in line? What keeps them, at the end of the day, from destroying man? Remember the Alfred Hitchcock? The birds? The birds decided to wipe out mankind. Remember that after Hitchcock? Remember that? Out of nowhere, the birds just became violent toward man. All of them. And they just decided to wipe out the human race. So imagine if you just pick out roughly bees. Do you know how many different species of bees are on the earth? There's millions of them. Millions and millions of them. There's no way to stop that. You're going to kill all of them. Virtually impossible. And they can go anywhere they want to go. You literally have to go live on the ground to escape them. So the fact that what keeps these animals and bees and stuff from wiping out mankind? God. Because they have boundaries. They have boundaries they have to follow at the end of the day. Rules and regulations they have to follow at the end of the day. At the end, we are king among all animals. Yeah. We are over top all the animals. You might have an animal one attack you here and there, maybe two or three, but they're not all going to get together and conspire to wipe out the human race. It just doesn't work that way, because we're king over all animals. Just imagine if that were to happen. If every animal, every species of every kind decided to wipe out man, we would lose that war easily. But they don't do that. Why don't do that? Because God made man king over all animals. But Leviathan was different. Leviathan didn't feel that it was man could be king over it. It thought it was king over man. It had no fear at all, period. What did the Lord say? The Lord said in the Bible he had to destroy one of them. It was a male and female. He struck the head of Leviathan, used it to feed the children of Israel when they wandered in the desert. Why did he kill the Leviathan? Because he thought that the Leviathan could devour the world. Which means they would have challenged man. God is awesome! I'm telling you people, you gotta read that Bible. There is so much information in that Bible, it's unbelievable. I know people say, can you just come on here one time and not talk about God? I'm always going to talk about God. How in the world do you think that I learned how to do all this stuff that I do? I didn't go to school for computers. I didn't go to school for chemistry. I didn't go to school for any of that stuff. None of that stuff whatsoever. I didn't go to school for any of this at all, period. The fact that having technology, I can have giant screens that can operate my environment, it's just like TVs. I didn't go to school for any of that. All that came from God. So what kind of friend would I be of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ if he blessed me with all this knowledge and I sit there and deny him? Because I'm afraid to talk about Jesus because I'm afraid what other people may think. Got the wrong Christian at the end of the day. If you're a Christian, you think that way, you're not a Christian. If you're ashamed of God, then how do you want God to be proud of you? In the day, you want God to be ashamed of you, right? You know. You don't want that, but you want to be ashamed of him. Better not mention God because I might lose my followers. I don't want to pray with my food in a restaurant because I'm afraid what people may think. You get people like that, you know. God bless you to have food in your stomach and you're afraid to give him thanks because you're afraid what other people may think. I couldn't care less. I'm going to give my Lord praise. And if people don't like it and they want to leave me by my side and go, then go. If people want to unsubscribe at the end of the day because they don't like when I talk about God, unsubscribe. Go. My Lord comes first before you and anybody else. That just tells me at the end of the day what I'm dealing with. That's what it tells me. I got a female got upset because I prayed in the restaurant. She was embarrassed. I got up, left some cab money for her, and left. It's not for me. God comes first. I had a guy who had millions and millions of followers. He was advertising for my company. And he made a statement that, why you always talk about God? You always got to talk about God. You always got to talk about God. Every time you talk about God, God this, God that. You know, just some days you don't have to talk about him. I talk about him every day. How do you think I got the technology that you're using right now sitting on your wall? And you don't want to hear that. I said, well, look, here's the deal. I'm out. Goodbye. And I left. I gave up millions of dollars because there were a group of people who made fun of my Lord and Savior. And they thought that I was going to basically laugh over that for some money. Keep your money at the end of the day. I don't want your money. You have no idea the path that I went through. The Lord saved my life so many times it's not even funny. There's no way in the world I'm going to sit there and sell them out for some few coins here and there. Don't keep your money. I don't want your money. I know it comes first. Some people can't do that. Some people will sell out God for money. Shame. But they will sell out God for money. Outcome of that never goes well. So, yeah. And I know it worked for me. I'm loyal to my Lord. Your money doesn't mean anything to me. You have nothing that I want. Why would I want something I can't take with me? Neither can you. Nothing you can offer me. Not a thing. I'm entertained by people who have great wealth because they make it their God. And they figure at the end of the day that their great wealth will change my outcome on how I do things. But they're sadly mistaken when they have no power because I turn them down. Their money's not worth anything to me. No matter how much you offer, I don't want it. I did that one already before. I dropped my calls for money. It didn't go well. It's the worst experience of my life. I lost so much in that process. I like this tape. $4. Let me take. Reach here. This one. Oh, man. That's a stretch, buddy. That's a stretch. Too much on the front. Look the bill. All types. Man, we gotta get the button. I'm getting the button. They have the nuke button. As you open up, you hit it, and it's like, oh, I've got to get one. I got to get one. It's wireless too. I got to get one. I'm having a ball. I tell you, God is amazing. Look at the cool stuff He allows me to build every freaking day. Every day, I get to learn something new from God. Every day. Every I couldn't imagine what Noah went through. He built the boat. Like God was talking to him the whole entire time, giving him instructions how to build this and build that. That's had to be amazing. It's coming together. We built a giant case to put a PC into a giant case. This is the biggest case I've ever built in my life. This thing is huge. Let me see. Let's see. I definitely want to do the inner parts of it. And definitely, I'm going to trim it somewhere around the bottom. Can't wait to put the cloud system in. That's what I can't wait to do. I'm excited about putting my cloud system in. Sometimes I don't understand the human race, I really don't. Especially when people have nothing to eat. I remember I carry a little money in my pocket all the time, just in case I bump into somebody or it tells me to share and help them out. And I remember one time downtown, me and my ex were walking to go to the gallery, and there was a woman out there asking for money, and everybody walked past her. You've got to be careful about that kind of stuff. You've got to be careful about that kind of stuff. God sees that kind of stuff. You'll end up the same way. You'll lose everything. You'll wake up, you'll lose it all. God will teach you a lesson. You've got to be careful how you treat people. That woman must have asked everybody, and they turned her down. When she got to us, I gave her $20. She cried. She said she was hungry, had nothing to eat. And she was begging somebody for something to eat, and everybody walked away from her. You've got to be careful about that. I said, my mother used to always say, you never know when you're entertaining angels. Be careful. Don't be that person at the end of the day to judge people and say, oh, they're on drugs. If they're on drugs, and at the end of the day, I said, look, I'm giving you this money. Don't give me thanks, give it to God. But don't use it for drugs at the end of the day. Now, if they do that, that's between them and God. And you never know. The Lord may be setting up a crossroads for them, a cross path for them to find Him. That's why I want to get these whole drug programs started at the end of the day. So people can have someone to go to. They can find out about the Lord. But yeah, you gotta be careful about that. Because you turn around, you can lose everything. You go to a job, get fired from your company, and fired from your job, your business can go under. A lot of things can go wrong. You get up homeless. You gotta treat people better. Nobody deserves to go hungry. Nobody. I don't care who you are. Nobody should ever go hungry. Ever. We got this whole election thing coming up for these Republicans. I swear I better not see anybody on TV talking about Republicans so-and-so did a great job, so-and-so. I better never see anything like that. They all did an awful job. They did the worst job you could possibly ever think of they've done. None of them should ever be elected. Worst job ever. A governor, so-and-so, blah, blah. No. All of them. I'll tell you, I don't trust any of them, I told you honestly. But, I'm not a big fan of either one in politics, but the Republicans are awful. They're absolutely awful. They're absolutely freaking awful. Just watch these people sign off on a bill that's designed to destroy the lower class and the middle class. That only the rich are going to benefit from that bill at the end of the day. Those Republicans signed that into law. And I swear, somebody's going to sit there and say, well, I vote for someone. You'll be chased out of the town.
They don't care about nobody but themselves. I hate politics. Hate everything about politics. Hate it all. Not just them, I hate all of it. I don't like politics. I like nothing to do with it at all, period.
You know any good thing about Trump? At the end of the day, only good thing? Trump allowed you to be to see how corrupt the government is. From the dumb stuff he does on a day-to-day basis and gets away with. To show you how corrupt the world is. Because before it was so well hidden. It's not well hidden now. He's corrupt, they're all corrupt. All of them. They're all corrupt. But like I said, everybody has to serve their time, whether here on the earth or in the next life. Still got to pay. There's no way out of that one. You can collect all the money you want in this world. It doesn't mean no world of good in the next world. Everybody's going to have to answer. And that's one thing I see. Men of power feel that they can escape the next life. They won't. Trump will be in the same place the devil's going to be at, because he's not a saved man. I know he's not a saved man, no way whatsoever. And then they got all this power, and we're going to escape. Do whatever you want. You can't escape the next life. I don't care how many lawyers you have, how many strings you pull, you can't escape that next life. Everything you did, you're painful. Look at that. In the background, picking that out. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. That's gorgeous right there. Now look at this. See these big buildings in the background, big high-rise, super studios, luxury condos. And I think to myself, where would I spend? Where would I want to be at? Would I want to be in those high-rise condos, or would I want to be here? I would rather be here. This is a real home at the end of the day. That's when you live rich. That's what living rich is all about, right there. No phonies, no fakes, none of that nonsense. Peace of mind. Just you, yourself, small group of friends, and that's it. That's when you're truly rich. Man, it's beautiful. I want something just like that. I don't want a big mansion. I don't want any of that. I want something just like that. A nice little ratty shack. That's what I want. That's my dream right there. That's what I liked about the garage. I love the garage. Basic and simple. Something I gotta build and work with my own hands to bring it to life. That's what I like. Grafting don't work, you're the plumber. You're the electrician, you're all of it. That's what I like about Slab City. I like that. I watch the whole thing on Slab City. And people just go out there and build their own world at the end of the day. That's where freedom is right there, people. Not having expensive cars and high-rise condos and all that mess. Nah. That's freedom. That is paradise right there.
The desk is best when it's a mess.
That's paradise, people. Paradise. You're like, you make all that money and this is where you live at? Yep. Why? Why not? It's paradise. Hoping to get a leaky roof so I can repair it. I like to work on my hands. Oh, we got a leaky roof today. Yeah. We get to repair. Oh man, that's beautiful. Yeah. Done raining, pull back that. Why look at the stars? Man. Where is the whatchamacallit at?
Somebody must have been dealing with some haters. There's a woman that comes on and watch. She has this ginger cat.
They run all over their apartment having fun, joking and laughing and stuff like that. And I've had people come over when I have my pit bulls and say, can't your dog go in another room? No, he ain't go in another room. You go in another room. This is his house at the end of the day. His apartment, whatever it may be. And I understand what she meant by that at the end of the day. Because people say, I don't want to get cat hair on. You don't want cat hair in jet. Taco had his own sofa in the house. Nobody sits on Taco's sofa. That's his sofa. You don't want to walk over carpet on you on the end of the day? He had his own love seat for him. That's for him. Person came to my house and she was allergic to cats. They don't come in here. Because I'm not putting them up. I'm not going to put them in a permit. He has a right to be here more than you do. So don't ever think at the end of the day that you'll come before my cat, because you will not come before my cat. Or my dog. Or anything else I decide to get. Or Paco, I don't care what it is. They come first. They've been here before you. Now, I'll have a sofa, and there's an area you can go at. My cat doesn't roam the whole entire place. Other than that, that's his place at the end of the day. I'm still on his sofa. The sofa says Taco right across. You can't miss it. Well, can't you put him in the next room? No. Can't you go outside in the driveway? Heck no. I understand what she meant by that. 'Cause, you know, she's a pretty lady. I'm pretty sure some fellows came over and said, well, can't you put your cat so and so and so? No. It's being rude. It's a disrespect to a family member at the end of the day. Go kick some rocks. Go kick some rocks. Joker. I'm going to put the silver on it to get that silver tape coming in for insulation for that one. So that's cool right there. There's like a spiral going on in there. It's all biohazard. Do not touch. So in between all that, we're going to put some nice cakey what do you call it, corrosion on there. Just going to use a little bit of flour and some glow to make our corrosion. Really, that thing just to not take that whole thing with me, because I'm definitely taking way too much work I put into that. Oh man, do I really want to start on this thing? I just finished this one right here. We can knock this out. This is an easy one. I'd rather just do it tomorrow, to tell you the truth. You have rooms for the pipes? We have the pipes here. Hey, hold on a minute. Let's get the flower stuff over here. I still gotta bring that piece. No, the piece is gonna be painted tomorrow because courtesy of Amazon. So that one wrong. Courtesy of freaking Amazon. But everything happens for a reason, so that's what we do. Let's go trim this out real nicely for the back. Get that white to disappear back there. Oops. White to disappear back there. Oh. 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 How you feeling over there, Chipmunk? Oh man, I tell you, this is the reason why I have such a small circle. I forgot about that one. My goodness, man, people are crazy. I swear, people are absolutely crazy. You couldn't pay me enough money in this decade in time to even date somebody. It just freaking people are nuts. I don't know what goes on the world sometimes, I swear. I never forget, I met this Uber driver, Lyft driver, I don't know what she was at the end of the day, but she was freaking, you know, people don't take a hint and tell you what you like to freak alone. But, apparently, people don't know how to take a hint and you tell them you want to be that to freak alone. No. Anyway, so. I tell it's in the middle of COVID, and I don't touch people at all, period. I don't shake your hand, nothing at all, period. And I take the luxury lift because I'm the only person in the car. I don't have to share with anybody. I can't stand sharing a car with other people. I don't like it. But anyway, I get my own lift, the luxury, or black when they have the black lifts anyway. But anyway, it's a luxury version. So I meet this female, real nice female, pretty color eyes, all that good stuff in the day. Really outbursts, more like a happy-go person at the end of the day. And she used to be a fashion designer in New York City. But anyway, things change in people's lives, whatever. But where she was at, she was making that money because she was on that luxury lift. So anyway, who cares? Same name. So she had to pick me up where I was at, so of course she knew where I lived at, unfortunately. And we got to talking on the phone. The other phone gave her my business card. And I said, don't really hang out, don't go this, don't do that, you know what I mean? Because, you know, COVID was at the point of dying off a little bit, but still you got to be careful. And I said, just really just stay to myself, or I'll just be left alone. But she came down to see me anyway. What the frick is wrong with people? You know, you tell somebody not to come down and see you, they come down and see you. She comes into the house. She started sneezing, of course. You know, a cat saved my life, you know that, right? Kept touching me. I do not like to be touched. People, freaking boundaries, for goodness sakes. Keep it. But anyway, yeah. And she goes in there and she basically came down in this little outfit. You know, I don't know what she was trying to prove in the little outfit. And then, you know, touching me, and I don't want to be touched because I got lung disease and all this crap going on with me. Make my anxieties trigger off. And I thank goodness she was allergic to the cat. Because Taco came out and Taco rubbed right up against her. Thank you, Taco. I tell you, my cat got my back. But anyway, went upstairs, looked through my medicine cabinet, and came down and told me she looked through my medicine cabinet. And then had a nerve to walk over to my Bible that my mother gave to me and start crossing out things in the Bible that she felt that I should read better because I don't know the Bible that well. Good gracious. And then, after all that, this is where I was telling her she had to go. And she was saying, what's the rush? You know, I can stick around, you know what I mean? Can hang out and do something, order some food. And Taco came downstairs and rubbed right up against her. She started sneezing like crazy. Seriously allergic reaction to cats. Thank you, Taco. If that was the case, I'd have rubbed you all over my body. Yep, never heard from her ever again. I blocked her number, communications, all that stuff. That's the mess like that. I don't want you coming back ever again. Don't ever come by, don't pop by, nothing whatsoever. I'll call the police next time. Yeah. Boundaries. People don't know freaking boundaries. I don't know what the heck. Didn't COVID teach you anything about freaking boundaries? About staying out of people's circle? People got to get right up on top of you. What the frick is wrong with people today? I already had that nonsense happen to me from the store. I'm going down to go pick up a t-shirt. This woman's having a conversation with me. She's inching toward me. I mean, you can have a conversation. You don't have to be that close to me. She's inching toward me, and I'm backing up. And she's I'm backing up. You see me backing up. Why are you inching toward me? I had to tell her I was sick. I had a cold. I don't want to have a cat. She's trying to be polite about it. But she's inching up closer and closer and closer and closer. No, man, you got to back up, please. I don't understand people, man. You go sit in line to go drop off a package. Somebody's right behind you. Right directly behind you. And some gay dude sitting behind me. At the end of the day, I ain't got nothing against the homosexuals, but at the end of the day, the people at the end of the day, y'all got to know boundaries. Not everybody's into you. So at the end of the day, you sitting there behind me, and I'm looking at you like, man, look, you got to back this up, man. Move over there. That should tell you from the door that I'm not into you. Back it the freak up. But this jerker want to get a little closer. Man, I'm going to tell you something. I had to turn around and had to put him in his place. And now you really going to get yourself hurt at the end of the day. And I really don't want to put my hands on somebody, but you pushing my patience, and you got the wrong person, trust me. He backed up a couple of steps and said, well, you know what? And keep on running your mouth. I'll drag you outside and beat you like a dog. Don't play with me on that level. You got the wrong person. And one down got line. Boundaries. Got no freaking boundary. You make me step outside my comfort zone because you want to basically try to grind up on somebody. I will mess your day up. Try to keep it on a Christian level, but please don't push me. Because I will literally mess your day up. I'll break something on you. I guarantee you won't be to work it no more when I get done with you. You got the wrong person at the end of the day. Boundaries. I've never gotten that close to anybody. I don't even like to walk close behind old women. I would literally cross the street because I know they might feel uncomfortable around me. You got this big black guy walking behind you. Not saying they're racist or anything, but I still want to make it comfortable for them. So I'll walk across the street. If there's a woman on my side, and I'll cross the street. I'll go someplace else because I want them to feel comfortable. I don't care what race you are. I make you feel comfortable. I'll go in a different direction. That's what I do. When I'm walking toward a woman, I walk on the side, the opposite side of her pocketbook. Because my mother taught me that way. Walk on the opposite side of woman's pocketbook. Anyway, she don't feel like you're going to try to snatch her pocketbook. That's the way I was raised. So when I'm in the elevator, if me and the woman in the elevator, I don't get in the elevator with her. She goes in the elevator by herself. I catch the next one. If I'm on a staircase, I'll take the elevator. I'm going a different direction because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. And I like to stay within my zone. So if I'm in my bubble at the end of the day, leave me the freak alone. If I'm sitting there, enjoying me a cup of coffee, which I don't drink, but tea or whatever, and I'm in my own little space, I have women sit down, guys that sit down and say, I see you think, oh my goodness. You know what I'm thinking about? Plate glass window. That's where you're going, out the plate glass window. Because that's the first thing I'm looking at. Don't get in my circle. Leave me the freak alone. I try to be nice. There's a way to be respectful toward people. I see people come up to me and shake my hand. I'm cool with that 100%. Shake, talk, so and so. There's boundaries. But you got somebody right dead up in your face, like what the freak? Like seriously? And they look at you like there's nothing wrong. All right. Like stitches? I get you plenty of stitches. You can get stitches all day long. You get staples if you keep it up. Wrong people, man. I give everybody that respect. Everybody. I give everybody respect. Every once in a while, I bump into weird people that are just weird. Just freaking weird at the end of the day. Do the weirdest things I've ever seen. Right up in your face. Right up in your face. Boundaries. Freaking boundaries. Unless I know you, we're good friends or whatever else. Even those people don't even get that close to me. They don't stand up in front of my face like that. That guy in the freaking post office, man, you're literally in my back pocket. Every time I move over, he moves with me. So I had to turn around and get up in his face and say, look, man, you're going to end up in the hospital. You're going to back this up. You're going to back up a couple of steps. Sheesh. And people say, well, you're supposed to be Christian at the end of the day. Christian doesn't mean at the end of the day I'm going to let people walk over top of me. He's still alive, ain't he? He's still breathing, ain't he? He ain't in the hospital, and he didn't go through a window, did he? All right, then. Then that means I have some self-control. Because if I didn't have self-control, he'd be going through a window right now. And I'd be sitting up there when I have this conversation. I'd be sitting there getting bail money to get out of her freaking whatever I got locked up for the end of the day because I had to throw somebody through a window. So just because I said it doesn't mean intentionally I'm going to do it unless he pushes me to that level and I have to. But he's going to have to throw first punch first because that's self-defense. Other than that, yeah, when people sit there and say, I thought you were supposed to be, he's still alive, right? Ain't he still breathing? All right, then. He walked out of the post office in one piece, right? All right, there you go. There you go. That shows you self-control. So there you go. Hey, Allentown's a small place. I explain to people, I'll see you twice. And I bumped into people 3 or 4 times. They didn't see me, but I saw them. I was staring right at them. Like, I'm right there. Literally right there. Now, if I were that type of person at the end of the day, you're calling. You never see it coming. And I always walk with my head on a swivel because I grew up in violent neighborhoods. I know my surrounding. Everywhere I walk at, I know everything. When I walk around, I see everything in my environment. That's what you learn, one thing, when you live in violent neighborhoods. Yeah. Like the guy who came by on the scooter and tried to take the picture, which I caught later on. They're my family, people. We walked right past the house from having a barbecue up there with my people, and I had a conversation with them. I said, I'm do it again. My buddy's like, yo, what's the problem? What's the problem? I'd say, nah, it's good. It's just an old friend of mine at the end of the day. Because I know what would have happened if he'd came off that porch. He'd have got knocked out. That's my other side of the family. They'd have jacked him up for that nonsense. You know, now I hear old friend at the end of the day. I just had a little conversation. That's basically about it. Gotta keep it down to a minimum. All right, let me see. What are we doing next? I can't believe we finished that thing. That thing turned out different because I had no plans to do this. No plans. It just came with the flow of the Lord. Yep. So that's why I'm glad. At the end of the day, I don't have to carry it through because again, I can think it through, thinking on different levels. But yeah, you got to back it up. You can't be up on me like that. You know what? See, some of you never lived in violent neighborhoods, so you don't know jack at the end of the day. There are just certain things you just don't do. One of the things you don't do when you live in ultra-violent neighborhoods is run up on somebody and tap them on the shoulder. Oh, good way to get hurt really bad. If someone calls you over and over again and they don't turn around, because they're not going to turn around. I had somebody call me multiple times and I don't turn around at all, period. You have to walk around me and so I can see you come toward me for us to have this conversation. If you walk behind me, I'm going to take it as a threat. You walk beside me, I'll take it as a threat. If I see you coming toward me, it's easy for me to process because I can see you coming toward me. If you call my name, I'm not going to respond back to you at all, period. So my sister's boyfriend was calling out my name, and I wasn't just walking. I was in my own zone at the end of the day. And he was like, yeah, he totally ignored me. He said, no, he don't respond back to anybody when he turns around because there could be somebody out to get me at the end of the day. When I live in a neighbor, somebody, yo, so. And I tell you, that's him right there. There you go, that's why. People. But that's the benefit of living in ultra-violent neighborhoods is that you're street smart. Compared to a person who lived in the suburbs, well, And you know it's coming. We know every trick in the book. Every trick in the book. What do you think? I was born yesterday? You know the freak where I came from? And I got Gen Zs. Well, Gen Z's period. What is the difference? We got Gen Zs that were raised in neighborhoods, in the hood. And I got Gen Zs that were raised in the suburbs. Because in the suburbs, they're sheep for the slaughter. No form of street smarts whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Well, then you gotta teach them kids something at the end of the day. Alright, let me see where I want to go with this. Do I want to put this panel here? Because I got a panel across anyway, and I gotta ice this thing up. Rather just have one straight panel. I gotta figure out what to call that. I'm gonna call it a Canadair, a Frigidaire, a Frigican. Gotta have some kind of name on it. I ordered the badge. I know a place I can order the badge from, but I gotta get the badge. I'm gonna install my pipes. I think that's the last thing I have to do. And not only that, I still got more to go. Just gotta find a thermostat when I'm trying to track down. I think I found one for $8. Hope these suckers are mercury free, because the old ones had mercury in them. But yeah, boundaries, man. Boundaries, man. We learned nothing from COVID. Just stay the freak away from people. All up in someone's face. Hey, how you doing? I'm literally gonna start wearing a poncho. I'm dead serious. I'll just shake nobody's hand. Let me see. I think COVID changed a lot of people. People really don't want to be that open forward anymore. I don't. Nope. Most people rather be home watching Netflix and chilling. Oh, I forgot, I got to get into my Wednesday too. I haven't watched it yet because freaking 4 episodes. You mean tell me wait like 2 years for 4 freaking episodes? I would thought you'd have a lot more than that. I'm gonna kill 4 episodes off easy. So I'm waiting for them to stack up. Because I didn't. The first time when Wednesday came out, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know it even made it. So I popped up on Netflix and I saw it. I was like, what's this? And I ran it past my sister because she watches everything on Netflix. I said, what's this about? Oh, you haven't watched it yet? I said, no. Gotta check it out. Man, I fell in love with it. So now I'm a big fan. Actually, I'm building me an Addams Family house for one of my PCs. Begin the computer. Oh, it is. Look at you. Look at you. You're a hamburger. You a hamburger. So much taco on my mind. I can't even see the time. What? That's taco. Taco, I got too much taco on my mind. I can't even see the time. What? That's taco. Can I explain you out a little bit? In there, yeah. No, maybe not. Look another. There's taco on my mind. I can't even see the time. To be a better person, but people just don't know boundaries. Stay on your side. Your side.
Put my thermostat in, bird.
Alright, I'll put this one here. I'll put this one over here. Over there. Is it over here? What you watching involving monkeys? That's where I want to put this at. Oh, that's when we got the little monkey. That's Taco. That's Taco. That's Taco. We're going to fight through there tomorrow. Here, down through here, and connect back up through there. Woo! Air cleaner. Put you somewhere to begin to start the pipeline. There, you want to fight me. It's going to fight me. Careful, don't snap this one. We broke two of these things already. Stick right to me. Yeah, it's such a glass thing. How come we don't have any reach with this thing? Oh, it's such a glass thing. Oh, what's the fight me? We don't do that. How come we don't do that? I'm about to build me a whatchamacallit. We can't get this glue. I gotta get me something that. Stand there. You should glue. Everything else glued up on here. But if not, I'll just on a pipe system. So basically, the pipe system will glue. And I'm gonna put this thing in on the pipe system. If it falls out, yeah, we're going to do it that way. For some reason, this won't glue to that. I don't know why. But we'll put a pipe system so it stays up there with it. All right. What are you up to, Sherlock?
What are you up to? What are you up to?
Oh, I'm about to die. Into my charge. We're definitely going to have to put some kind of. We've got the pipe system in already, but we're going to throw in a pipe system from down here, and connect to that, and that'll keep that little gauge up there. We have to go back out tomorrow and get some more of the white paneling to finish that off. Actually, I saw some tile, like white tile, like it's metal metallic. I might get that and stick them off. Is that right, Taco? It says what? So much.
Okay, I got that top of that finished. That's done. Thank you for the help. I appreciate it, for the mental support, you little monster you. Ha ha ha. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Alright, let me see. Alright, let me see. This sits where? So this sits this way. That means I have to put a slit in there to run all the wires from here and there. But we're gonna have wire the keyboard and mouse, so that eliminates keyboard. We don't need that. And this one's gonna get a wireless mic, so that's gonna be gone. That other mic's gonna be gone. So I'm getting rid of that. And I'm putting in wireless headsets, all Bluetooth, so everything on that's gonna be Bluetooth. Just gonna be really no wires running through it. So I'm gonna order that stuff right now. Put an order in for the wires, network card, and all that stuff. I'm gonna put in there. Let me see, where the freak these glue sticks? Here we go. Good thing I bought the extra glue sticks. I'm so glad I got them. I have no idea what time it is. I want to get this done as much as I possibly can. Wait, aren't these things going to go on the dark? Oh, we're spraying these down. These are going to be sprayed down with the little chemicals, so we don't need to actually individually paint these. So we'll go on that. Really? In there? I can put a line across to lock this thing better. That should be hard to do. wants to fight me.
I need to get up there.
Be nice, be nice, be nice. Stop fighting me, be nice. Yeah, tell me about it. Trying to keep this balance in here, buddy. Yeah, mirror right back at you. Mirror right back at you. Look at that piece at wherever there is. Watch this wherever there is. You put that. You there. You know, that's not the place to be at. Be a jerk. Alright? Right under my leg. Maybe needs to be a jerk 24/7. Jeez. That is not the place to be at, Mr. Man. Move. Always in some kind of mischief. What you doing? You're a jerk 24/7, right? Change up tomorrow. Tomorrow, change your unit out. Maybe it's time to change. You know how expensive his litter is at the end of the day? He does 4 times a week. We do a change out 4 times a week. Every month he gets a new, whatchamacallit, a new basket, a new litter bucket. Or pail, if you want to call it, that's what he gets. Cool. Things you do for love, like walking in the rain and snow. Oh, don't you dare look down there. Don't you even think about it.
That's what I got to work with. That little slot got to be in there. Now, the PC guy. Do you see the stuff I got to go through to build these things at the end of the day? Yeah, that's why I tell you at the end of the day, your job is just slapping and putting stuff into a case. Easy. I can do that blindfolded easily. Not gonna say it's not work because it's all work at the end of the day, but still it's easy. These things are different, man. I gotta build an entire structure around a structure that I literally had to build. And then wire these things all together. Yeah, it's something else. It's work. It is freaking work. It takes massive man hours to do. Gee whiz, I'm not even anywhere near halfway done with this thing yet. I can see it in my head how it's supposed to be built. There's actually a tank in there we're gonna put in there that actually has water that bubbles up and everything. So you see that old bio goo going off in there. So yeah, this stuff takes a lot of work, man. And I've seen stuff way more complicated than this. I've seen modders that do stuff, man, on levels that are absolutely beautiful and insane at the same time. Like, how did you keep it together in this? And some days you're sitting there balancing on one foot upside down in different corners, just trying to get stuff to function and work in there. Oh, man. What got me is he basically bounced all these specs up to me. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Man, that's just mumbo jumbo to me all day long. That's what it is. It's mumbo jumbo to me. Because my world is different from yours. I don't get the luxury of having a case. We build all that. Everything has to be built. And the new one I'm actually building, there's no boxes involved. I literally have to cut each piece one by one. But that's my ultimate build. That's another one I'm actually working on. But the box itself, the whole unit has to be built. I got to cut out, size all my pieces. So I have to make my own cases out of my own pieces and stuff. It's just going to be interesting to put one of those together. Oh, man. I had to balance on one foot. I was on one foot and putting that in there. So yeah, it's a lot of work. The machine guy, you got some nice parts and all, but yeah, when you put together a system, it's easy. When I put one together, yeah, welcome to the madness. Welcome to the madness. Yeah, welcome to my madness. Let's get ready to do electrical work. That's the most craziest part. We got to build adapters. See what I had to go through in the other one? I had to put all adapters in there to build that thing, extenders, to get all that stuff to function through a Vodax power adapter. Oh, man, I even had to figure out what the frequency was going to be for each one of those fans and the wattage, because that thing only has so much power on it. Get all of them to run. Oh. Hop on my bike. What you do is easy. I wish. That's the whole challenge of the whole build. And then you'll destroy it and you'll build another one. And then you'll destroy it and build another one, because it never ends. The modding has no end. It has no end. Yeah, that's sick. Wait till we build the Warhammer. The Warhammer's gonna be insane. The Warhammer is actually a table PC. It's big. What I'm planning to do, and that much more, I'm going to set that thing. I got 3 people coming to build it, help me build this thing and put it together. It is going to be insane. I'm doing a Warhammer. I want to do a Warhammer tabletop PC because that's the only way you can do it. There's no other way to build it. There's nothing big enough to put that thing together. So actually, we had massive amount of armies fighting against this, against I forgot what they call it anyway. But I mean, we got to put the whole thing together. It's going to be insane. But anyway, that and World War Z. The World War Z, we can't. We're gonna do it. I'm a zombie fan in the day. We can't do a World War Z in a case. It's virtually impossible. It's not big enough. I can't even do it in one. It's not big enough. We have to build a table PC. They're going to do it, build a table PC for it. So I want something where I want this abandoned building. I want it set up where it's fortified with weapons. I want people fighting zombies and zombies scale up on walls. I want the whole night, a helicopter taking off in the background. I want the whole thing. It's gonna be a PC. It's gonna be insane. Oh man, I can't wait. I like this kind of stuff. I like it. That's why I like to be even a modder in the day, man. I'll be a modder any day of the week, man. I love being a modder. And then take your pieces and do something different with them. Yeah, now I'm building a greenhouse over there, a bio-nuclear jungle. Pretty soon it's going to have a giant hippo frog in there. Actually, I'm going to have a couple of hippo frogs in there. I don't think that's something else. I don't put snakes in there because I don't do snakes. But I definitely might do, well, we got to do a man-eating plant. We got to have one of those. I just thought about that. I got rid of my plant. I should have kept it. They're going to put him in there. Why not build another one? I can put it back together. I can make another one. Okay. All this for case. Let's see. Well, once we finish painting the system, then we can drop in the whole put the cloud system in tomorrow. So we have lights right here, the cloud, and I have cotton here. So we can begin that system because I have to have a lightning cloud system in there. So the clouds have to be darkened because they can't be white. They be darkened. So I got something special for that. That's what we got the spray bottle for. The spray bottle is going to give off a kind of a cool nuclear effect to it. So they glow in the dark and light up at the same time. This would be black in a dark cloud, not white. White is not significant. Well, actually, when people are doing thunderclouds, they're always white. They're not supposed to be white. They're supposed to be black with some dark clouds. And so hook up one. But I do like them. I do love when people do those cloud systems. Oh man, amazing! Who came with that idea? Like, you don't take cotton and lights and put it together. See, that's why I said it takes people to think outside the box. If you do something new. That's why I like the people think outside the box. You know, somebody watching this maybe working on a PC go like, you know what, I'm gonna do the same thing. Good, that's fantastic. That'd be great. Do a better job than me. I can learn from you. Teach me something new. I want to learn something new. Wait. Given in a cloud system, why are there reeds up here in the clouds? So there's really reeds up here. The clouds are right here. We can cover this up later. I'm not worried about that. One of them exotic, but it won't be realistic. We can do that one instead. And we got to put a white light system in here because we're going to need one. But so the white light system doesn't basically give up too much light. We're going to basically tint it a little bit so it's a little dirty. Gotta tint it, baby. Gotta tint it. Ouch. What? Where's my whatchamacallit? My files at? Oh, I forgot. Oh, no. We have some left over in the back. There's some left over there. So what? What's in the bag? What's the bag at? We have black bags full of flowers.
want to coat this one. This has to be coated for the bridge. That has to be done. And you still have to run pipes from here to here down there. So we're going to need more pipes. We're getting them all. We'll get those all set up for them all. Let me see. I need how much more? We need that. Where the flowers are. Got some more flowers tomorrow. Yep, more flowers. Got one left. Got one left. Alright, I'll do some more tomorrow. Oh, what do we got here? Got another one here. Still gonna need more. Alright, need some more glue on this. I'll pick up some more tomorrow. I'll start working on my man-eating plant. Build me another one. This time doing this one all going to dark paint. Scissors, gotta clean this. I guess this could be a nuclear war if you want. Then can I go in there and play? You can't go in there and play because it's in the nuclear war. Cool. Let's get all this together. The retro pie for the other one too. The retro pie. This has to be replaced. We need a new one for that one. This definitely has to be replaced. So we'll get that taken care of tomorrow too also. Caulk job tomorrow. Start with that. Spring system, power supply system. See, for sure this is all put together nicely up here. Oh, disconnected the lights. Oh. Get that done. So, tomorrow, make a man-eating plant, because we need one. We need a man-eating plant, a nuclear jungle. What would a nuclear jungle be without a man-eating plant? That doesn't make any sense. We need a man-eating plant. It's going to glow in the dark, too. So we're going to do something big, something colorful, stick it right there in that corner right over there. That's where we're going to put it at. You can make it from other parts of the plant. It's only really realistic, so I got an idea. what I actually can use to make a giant mayonnaise plant. We'll have to use other plants to do it, but I just saw something that would be perfect for the leaf system for that. Oh, really nice. A little bit more realistic. I know too, I mean, it's freaking me out over here. Like, what the frick is in the corner of that? Oh, yeah, the mayonnaise plant. Creeping me out. But I guess something pretty cool we can make out of it. We'll use other plants to make other plants. Tighten up. Cleaned up around me. Cardboard boxes in here. Hopefully, we finish, get this done and everything, and then I can go to my buddy's place and start spraying in the screens for these, because we have the screens, everything are lined up over there waiting to go. Just have to get to his spot, get that done. We're going to have to make a schedule for him to go over there and get that done. But first, I'm going to get most of this finished. So now, mainly, we're just waiting for that paint job. That's it. I got still work to do, paneling for the rest of this, to finish this off. And I got to get the tape. We need insulation tape to give it more of a silver kind of refrigeration look to it. So just about almost done. And we can start working on the desk next. This is going to be one big giant massive paint job. Alright people, hope you enjoyed the adventure. I'm gonna come back in and finish. And we're good to go. Thank you for your time. Thank you for stopping by, and God bless.